Hi, boys and girls. Miss Lehmann here. We're going to be reading today chapter 3 of our book, Stink and the World's Super Stinky Sneakers. We're on chapter 3, Rumpelstiltskin. I'm home, Stink called, bursting through the front door. How was your field trip? Mom asked. You mean my smell trip, said Stink. He reached into his backpack and handed his mom the flyer for the Smelly sneaker contest. I think it really stinks that Stink got to go to the Stinky Museum and I didn't, said his big sister Judy. It was so way fun and gross. I learned a ton of smelly stuff. Like what? Judy asked. Like everybody has their own smell, except if you're twins. And guess what? We can smell stuff even when we're sleeping. And oh yeah, a boy moth can smell a girl moth a block away. Mr. Knows-It-All, said Judy. Stink stuck his expert sniffer in the air. Is something burning? Ah! Said Mom, rushing to the kitchen and whisking the skillet off the stovetop. She waved her hand through the smoke. I was making toasted cheese sandwiches for you kids. And now your cheese sandwiches are toast, said Judy, cracking herself up. Good thing you smelled something, Stink, said Mom. Human smoke alarm, said Judy. At the museum, kids were calling me the nose, said Stink, tapping his right nostril. I found out today that I can smell stuff really, really great, better than anybody in my whole class. Sophie says I smell better than a dog. Oh, I should hope so, said Mom. Mom and Judy cracked up. Woof, said Stink. In here, I thought you just had a nose for trouble, said Mom. Laugh all you want, said Stink, but this nose could make me famous. My elbow's famous, said Judy, holding up the elbow that once starred in a picture in the newspaper. No, I mean it. When I'm grown up, I'm going to do something great with this nose, said Stink. You can't waste a nose like this. He admired himself in the mirror, turning his head from left to right and studying the nose, his best feature. You could be a circus freak, said Judy, like that guy with the 7.5-inch long nose, Eduardo, and his nose maxima. No, I mean like a professional smeller. Oh, I thought you wanted to be president of your own candy store. That was before the nose, said Stink. What happened to being an inventor, said Mom. I can still invent stuff, like an alarm clock that wakes you up with a smell. There's no such job as a smeller, is there, Mom? Judy asked. Oh, I don't really know, said Mom. Maybe you could work for a perfume company, or you could test smells for new products. I have a smell test, said Judy. Cover your eyes with a blindfold, and I'll find smelly stuff and see if you can guess what it is. It's called the Way Official Moody Stinkathon. Easy, said Stink. The two kids ran upstairs. Judy got a bandana and tied it nice and snug over Stink's eyes. She held the end of a pencil under his nose. Rubbery. Smells like a pencil. Eraser, said Stink. Ah. Judy picked up a marker from Stink's desk. Smelly marker. Red. You peek, said Judy. Did not. Did too. Nobody can smell colors, not even Mr. Knows-It-All. Yaha, it's watermelon flavored. Judy held up a bubblegum comic. Stink sniffed several times. He thought. He sniffed again. Bubblegum. Wrong, said Judy. Bubblegum comic. No fair, said Stink. Judy went and got her Venus flytrap. Stink sniffed the air once. Jaws, he said, grinning. How did you know? Asked Judy. Venus flytraps don't smell. They do if they've been eating raw hamburger and dead flies. Hold on, wait right there. Judy ran downstairs and came back with more stuff to smell. One by one, she held them up to Stink's nose. Pepper, said Stink. Achoo! He sneezed. Dad's coffee. Ugh. Lemon, stinky cheese, week-old pizza. Wow, said Judy. You even got the week-old pizza. I know you're peeking. Nowhere, no way, I swear on Toady, said Stink. This time I'm really going to stump you. Ready? Ready, said Stink, sticking his nose up in the air. Judy held out the secret, smelly, stink-stumping, odorific object. Phew, said Stink. It's worse than smelly sneakers. Worse than dirty socks. Worse than a skunk. It smells like 100-year-old barf. Wrong, said Judy. Is it 200-year-old buffalo dung? Nope. Is it a stinky baby diaper? N-O. Is it sniff, sniff, sniff eggs? 1,000-year-old rotten eggs? Rumpelstiltskin, said Judy. How'd you guess it was stinky old eggs? You mean I guessed it? For real? Stink yanked off his blindfold. Lumpy clumps of something disgusting were in Mouse's cat food dish. It is rotten eggs, said Judy. Beef and scrambled eggs, cat food. Mouse won't eat the egg part. Just call me Rumpelstinkskin, said Stink, cracking himself up. Judy cracked up too. So, did I pass the smell test? With flying colors, said Judy. You truly live up to the name Stink. From this day forward, you will be known as Rumpelstinkskin, grand prize winner of the Way official Moody Stinkathon. What's my prize? Asked Stink. No prize, said Judy. Just the satisfaction of knowing how smelly you are. That really stinks, said Stink. Stink's smelly facts. Who needs a nose? A snake has a smelly tongue. A tongue to smell with, that is. Flies smell with their feet. Believe it or not, an octopus smells with its eyes. It has small receptors located right behind those bulgy peepers. Chapter 4. Toilet water. Stink printed a page from his favorite website called The Science of Stink and ran to show his family. Hey guys, said Stink, what's taller than a man, smells worse than roadkill, and looks like the color of blood? An elephant painting a picture? Asked Judy. No way, said Stink. Is it an abominable smell man? Asked Judy. Frankenstein Valentine? Can somebody else guess, please? Asked Stink. I'm still thinking, said Mom. Let's see, said Dad. How about Santa Claus driving a garbage truck? No, said Stink. I'll give you a hint. It's something Mom likes a real lot. Are you sure, Mom asked? I can't imagine liking anything that smells like roadkill. Give up! It's a corpse flower, cried Stink. It's the world's smelliest flower. It says so right here. Stink showed his family the full-color photo of Trudy the Titan. Rare, said Judy. It says it only blooms a few times in its life, and it stinks worse than rotten eggs for about 3 days. Worse than rotten fish and rotting pumpkins, too, said Mom. Phew. Insects like it, though, said Dad, reading over Stink's shoulder. They can have it, said Mom. And look here, Stink said, pointing to the bottom of the page. It says scientists come from all over the country to take samples of Trudy's perfume and bottle some up. Mom, you were right. That's something I could do with my nose. Make stinky perfume? Asked Judy. I meant be a scientist, said Stink. You know, I'd get to sniff out rare, smelly flowers and study them and stuff. Bluck, said Judy. It says in here the first 10 hours the corpse flower smells as bad as an outhouse or dead elephants. Do you really want to smell dead elephants for a living, Stink? Well, stinky perfume's a good idea too, said Stink. In my day we called it toilet water, said Mom. I'm serious, Mom, said Stink. I'm not kidding, said Mom. You can buy it at the store. It's just like perfume, only it's watered down a bit, and they call it eau de toilette. Is that French for odor of toilet? Ha! asked Stink, cracking up. Something like that, Mom said. But who'd wear stinky perfume on purpose? Asked Judy. Some people who pay a lot of money For toilet water, said Stink. Dad couldn't help snickering at that one. A person could wear stinky perfume to scare off them? Vampires, said Stink. Or better yet, big sisters. You know, Judy Cooties. Hardy har har, said Judy. All I need now are a few dead elephants, said Stink. Stink's stinky facts. What's the big stink? It smells like roadkill and looks like rotting meat. It has some of the same chemicals as a dead body. It only blooms for about 3 days. It's the world's largest, stinkiest flower, the corpse flower. Ugh. I hope you enjoyed these 2 chapters of Stink and the World's Super Stinky Sneakers. I wonder when this contest is going to happen and if Stink's really going to enter. We'll find out next couple chapters, I bet. See you tomorrow.